In this lesson we're going to create contours for our surface model. Before we generate the contours, we need to define a contour style which controls the appearance of the contours and their labels. We also need to select our current surface. Let's start with that. We go to Terrain menu and select Set Current Surface. We only have one surface in our project right now, but you should typically do this step whenever you create contours to make sure you're working with the current surface. Typically you will have more than one surface. We click OK to that. Now we can go to the Contour Style Manager. We go back to the Terrain menu, select Contour Style Manager, and we have 4 tabs to work with. The first one is Contour Appearance. We have the option of displaying the contours with grips or just the contours. We're going to select contours only, as it makes it easier to edit the labels. For the label display, we will show both the labels and their grips. We have some options for smoothing. We can select no smoothing, and the contours will be quite angular, or we can add vertices and some smoothing. We'll do that and keep the setting right in the middle at 5. For the text style, we're going to select a 2mm style. For a color, we're going to type in 30, and we'll change the precision to 1 decimal place. We have options for placing the labels. We'll keep them on the contour, and we'll break the contour for the label. The readability option will keep our contours oriented up and down correctly so that they're readable on a plan. We'll keep that option, and we'll keep the option for no border. We'll go to the Manage Styles tab, and we can save our settings. We have several settings available, and we have a couple of settings in the drawing right now. We have one called Residential Existing Contours. We'll save that, overwrite with changes. Then we're going to rename it so that we can recognize it for our Glen Hills project. We'll rename it Glen Hills, or GH Existing Contours. Then we're going to load it into our drawing so that we'll use it over and over. Click OK. And now we're ready to create contours. At this point it's very simple. We just go to the Terrain menu, select Create Contours. We have one final dialog. We verify the surface is EG. We see the range of our contours based on the data. We have options to change the intervals. We'll keep it at 2-meter interval for minor contours and 10 meters for major contours. We'll accept the layers as shown in this style. We'll click OK. We're asked if we want to erase old contours. We don't have any, but we'll say yes. And now the contours are created. They're a little difficult to see with our tin model shown, so we'll turn that off. We'll also turn off our points. Now you can see our contours. They follow the road nicely on the east side. We have a ditch adjacent to the road, a more uniformly sloped area in the middle, and we have our stream near the west side with another road adjacent to it. We can make some changes to our contours even after they're created. If we select a contour and right-click, we can select Contour Properties and get back to the Contour Style Manager. We can change the smoothing from 5 to 10. It's a little subtle on this drawing, but you can see the contours are more rounded. If we change it back to a lower setting, 0, we should be able to see these changes. Now they're more angular. Change it back to the 5. Could also change the color of the text. We'll save that for the next lesson when we work with labels.